And welcome back. We are outside right now and we are talking about equine psychotherapy. And here to join us and talking a little bit more about that is Chastity Ingram and her crew. I'll let you introduce your animal crew and your human crew with us.
All right. Yes, I'm Chastity Ingram. I'm the mental health professional of our team. This is Rex Harmon. He's our equine specialist, also known as our horse professional. And then here are three of our equines that we use for our team. I won't share their names just because often when we use them for therapy, they are given names by the participants.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And we don't want, part of the reason why we don't share the names is we don't want anyone to have preconceived notions about who the horse is. For example, if this horse's name was Rebel, we wouldn't want people to assume anything about his personality based on that name.
Now it's interesting, we have Byron. What is that, a miniature pony?
That's a miniature horse.
And then Rex, what do you have over there?
Small donkey.
A small donkey, and then this beautiful horse we have here. Now, why horses, Chastity?
Well, for a number of reasons. Horses don't lie. They don't care what a person's history is. They don't care what a person looks like. They give honest feedback to people about how they're coming across. They're also large and powerful, and so when participants can work with them, they often help them overcome fear and gain confidence. The thing that's also nice about it is you can use horses that maybe didn't do well in another discipline, maybe a horse that is no longer rideable, and so sometimes you can find new life or a new career for a horse.
Interesting.
How many horses and equine do you have?
These three, and then I also have another quarter horse at home and another miniature horse at home.
Wow. So what does it take to get these ready for therapy?
Not much. Of course, you wouldn't want to use a horse that's aggressive or anything of that nature, but they don't require any training. You just want them to be themselves and act natural and just react like they normally would with people and with each other.
Now, Rex, with the donkey and the miniature horse, how do you use them with the clients that are there?
Well, sometimes these smaller animals are less intimidating to especially children, so they're especially useful at those times.
Because I was thinking, and that's exactly what I was thinking, Chastity, about a horse. Now, if I was to come to you, I might be intimidated because I rode a horse once and it scared the bejeebies out of me. But there's no riding with this type of therapy.
There's no riding involved. And that's for a number of reasons. One, it's much more safe when there is no riding involved. It also provides for a lot more opportunities for interventions with the horses. It also allows the horses to be themselves. If I put a saddle on this horse and then start asking him to do things, he's not as free to respond with his personality and just act naturally in accordance with how I'm coming across to him.
So take us, Rex, through a typical day to get them ready for therapy.
Oh, basically, these horses are all pastured, and so they're brought in from the pasture, put into the arena, and then the objects for the activities and everything are placed in the arena, halters and that sort of thing, and that's basically it. They're ready.
I'm picturing that, Rex, as you're saying that. But Chastity, I guess I'm wondering, what is this going to do for me as a client?
Well, there are a number of activities that we can design, and we usually make decisions on what activities that we design based on what the person is coming to us for. Might be based on the size of the person, the personality of the person, the issues that they're coming for. For example, if we have someone who has some anxiety and is maybe even pretty shy, we're not going to use a horse that has a bold personality, wants to get in their space. We're going to use a horse that helps them build some confidence. Now, if we've got, say, a person who isn't good about maintaining their boundaries, such as a kid with ADHD, we might use a horse that will assert itself with the child to help that child back up and maybe even mind their own personal space.
So does one child have one that's their favorite, or do they kind of go to each one?
It really depends. I think I've seen every one of them be someone's favorite at one time or another. It just and it's interesting because different horses will connect to different people, and sometimes you just never know who they're going to be attracted to.
Interesting program, and there's a lot more to learn about equine psychotherapy,
Equine assisted psychotherapy, and then we also provide equine assisted learning.
and we're going to talk a little bit more about that when we come back. So stay with us, friends. And joining us now, right outside, Chastity Ingram, and you are a therapist. And the name of your program, I'm going to have you say it so I get it correct.
Well, my agency is Center Creek Counseling. We provide equine assisted psychotherapy and equine assisted learning.
And she does that with, Rex is a horse specialist, correct? And they do all their therapy with horses. And you were telling us earlier, because horses, they can listen to you. But what about when people say, well, can a dog or a cat do the same thing?
Well, in fact, dogs and cats are used for therapy also. Horses are different in that they're prey animals, and so they're constantly scanning their environment for threats and what they need to react to. They are very astute at reading body language and nonverbal signals, and so the thing that's really nice about equine assisted psychotherapy is somewhat, you can't smooth talk a horse. They read your body language, and
That's interesting.
yeah.
So, Ronnie, what's the miniature horse thinking about Ronnie right now?
Stay away.
Well, I think you might be thinking about a nap, actually.
Because you were talking during the break, Ronnie, about the workout that these horses get and Rex was saying that, towards the end of the day, they're pretty exhausted, aren't they?
They're tired and ready to go back out after they've been fed. So
Yeah. And then is there a certain thing that you're telling your clients to go out in the ring and do with the horses?
It varies. A lot of times when we first get started with people, we just want them to get to know the horses a little bit, just kind of mingle with them, get familiar with them. And then we step up to more directive activities that we might ask them to do. It might be something as simple as, asking them to move the horses around the arena. It might be go catch a horse and bring it to us.
But what if the horses don't do that? What is that telling you?
Well, I'm glad you asked, because a lot of times the activities don't go as planned, and that's okay. It's about the process and reflecting on what happened, and people being able to think about how their actions affected the horse. And so,
okay.
yeah, like I said, they can't just talk the horse into doing what they want. They have to change their behavior if it's not working.
yes, we've had kids, with behavior problems that were overly aggressive. And the horses, they will just move to the opposite end of the arena. They won't have anything to do with the child behaving that way. But then once a child learns to slow to their pace down and move slowly, then the horses are very forgiving and come right back to them.
So how much time do you spend each time with a child then?
Usually an hour.
An hour.
And so while you're watching your client with the animal, you're taking mental notes? Are you writing down things? And because you're learning about their behavior, which in turn is going to help them.
Correct. Rex often takes notes during the sessions. There's documentation that's done both on the horses and on the participants. We often are looking for several different things. There's actually a framework we use called SPUDS, and that S stands for shifts, and that's shifts it could be in the horses, it could be in the participants. P is for patterns, things that we're seeing repeatedly. U is for unique occurrences, something that's rare, and D is for discrepancies.
Okay. And then this Saturday, April 25th, you have an event that everyone is invited to. You're going to learn a little bit more about this. And Chastity, you just want people to come out and ask questions and find a little bit more about what you and Rex are doing.
Absolutely. We're doing a hamburger and hot dog feed at the Franklin County Fairgrounds this Saturday at noon. Come out and have a hamburger or a hot dog with us, and then watch us put on a demonstration with these guys and help people learn a little bit about what we do, and would love to have questions from people also.
And so I'm assuming you've always been around horses to finally adapt your therapy work to horses as well.
Pretty much. Growing up, my father would often train horses, and I got into horses for myself about 20 years ago, and of course been working in mental health about the same length of time.
So we want to encourage people to come out to the event on Saturday, and they can also call you at your clinic as well,
Center Creek Counseling. The number's 308-470-1338, or you can check my website, www.centercreekcounseling.com.
And don't feel that you have to be with horses because if you're afraid of animals.
And I also provide therapy in the office. I'm also in Alma, Nebraska, too.
Absolutely. Well, this is just very fascinating to learn about. And again, we encourage everyone to come and join them on Saturday at the fairgrounds and just find out how all of this works. And it's amazing what you do. And thank you so much for doing this. I know you're helping so many people. And so I know you and Rex need to be commended as well for your work. So thank you for sharing this with us today.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. And you have a good day, friends. We will see you back tomorrow right here on NTV's Good Life. Have a good day.